We're going on a road trip and we're spending 22 hours in the car going to Florida. Instead of spending a few $100s on drive-thru, I built 4 nutrient-dense meals based on one sale protein. The ground chicken. Many ingredients play double duty across the meals to make my life easier. And I even have a breakfast hack. And with all my sale ingredients, everything for my family of 4 costs only $41. But here's the real reason why I plan ahead. Hungry kids are a disaster waiting to happen. You know, if you're not prepared, the first hour into the road trip sounds like this. Mom, her doll just touched my leg. And that's why planning ahead matters so much. Because when everyone's full, the trip goes a whole lot smoother. With 2 days and 2 nights of travel with hotel stops ahead, we needed 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, and 2 dinners to get us through. My name's Angela, and welcome to Nutritionally Cheap. Let me show you what I packed. I'm gonna get right into it. This is my breakfast hack. I always book hotel rooms that have continental breakfast. But we all know those continental breakfasts are carbs, carbs, and more carbs. So that's why I always pack the boiled egg. This is how we balance out all those carbs. We go into that breakfast cafeteria, I bring the eggs in a container, and we are balancing life out. So I'm packing the eggs for 2 breakfasts because each hotel that we're staying at has continental breakfast. And by doing this, it saves a ton of money. We don't have to stop for breakfast. There's my breakfast hack for traveling on the road. So our first lunch on the road is my homemade chicken burger sandwich. It has this ground chicken that we just talked about. This ground chicken, by the way, I got on sale for $3.33. So I bought the 4 packs that we can use for this whole trip. I am using this sturdy rye bread. The reason I'm using this bread is because it will hold up to all the condiments and all the veg that I'm putting on this sandwich. And I will toast this in advance so that it really holds up to all those juices. So I'm cooking the ground chicken the day before we leave. And the thing is, with this ground chicken, I'm not gonna form it into fancy little patties. I am gonna cut this tray into 4. They're gonna be squares. I'm gonna push it down with my hand and season both sides. I'm making our life easy around here. The less work, the better. So that on the day we leave in the morning, I will be assembling the burger. You don't want to do this the day before because it will get soppy and gross. And this will be the scene. Mom, my sandwich is soggy. Which will be followed by, Mom, did you put the hard part of the lettuce in my sandwich? You know I don't like the hard part. Mom, you put onions in here? I know you've been there. So morning assembly keeps the peace and makes it easy to eat. I am actually making life so easy. I'm gonna cut it into 4. I'm gonna offset it a bit because the adults will have a bit more. I'm gonna cut this into 4. Literally push it down. Like, come on. I'm gonna make it kind of into that oval shape. Then I'm just gonna season it with some seasoning salt, pepper, garlic powder, dried parsley. Here's the chicken patties for the burger sandwich coming along. I'm also packing some pickles on the side. We don't want to be putting pickles inside any sort of sandwich on the road because that's going to make it soggy real quick. So put it on the side. Everyone can do a bite for bite. So everything's ready to assemble for tomorrow morning. The patties are cooked. All the veg is already prepped. So in the morning, I just got to put it together and toast the bread. The key with these sandwiches is cooking the patties the day before. Because once they cool, They hold up way better in that bread, and they won't be sopping and juicing and making that bread soggy. So that's the trick. Cook the patties the day before.
The burger sandwiches are ready to go. So these 4 sandwiches cost $9.38 for my family of 4, which means each of them is $2.35, packing 38 grams of protein, as I put a little cheese in there too.
Dinner for day 1 are my burrito bowls. This is going to be incredible because so many of these ingredients aren't just going to be for this meal. It's also going to be for lunch tomorrow too. You'll see why. So I'm going to be making taco meat for this burrito bowl. This 1 pack will cover our dinner for day 1. But I'm using the same taco meat tomorrow for lunch. So I'm just going to do 2 packs at once, make my life easy, and put it all in the same pan, right? For this, I'm also serving it on rice. So I'll be cooking up rice for this meal, and we're also using rice for tomorrow's dinner. So, same thing. I'm gonna cook up rice in 1 pot for 2 meals. In this burrito bowl, we also have some corn. It's just frozen corn. I'll just warm it up in the microwave, easy. We have salsa, some black beans, cilantro, and Greek yogurt. Again, I got all these ingredients on sale, so we're really checking our costs here and keeping it effective. I also have lettuce. I'm gonna shred that up. I will put that on the side that we can just garnish as we go in the car. We also have cheese that's gonna go on this burrito bowl. I'm not bringing all the Greek yogurt. I'm not gonna bring all this salsa. I'm gonna portion it out in a container. So let's get into this taco meat.
This taco meat is looking great. I put in cilantro, some taco seasoning, some coriander, some cumin, fresh garlic, some onions, and cracked black pepper, a bit of seasoning salt. Looking amazing.
Everything for the burrito bowls are done. The rice here, this is enough for dinner on day 1 and dinner on day 2 for my family of 4. So we have the meat, the beans, and the corn. Instead of bringing everything in separate components, that's gonna take up far too much space in that cooler. I'm just gonna dump those black beans and the corn into the meat. Give it a stir. So all we have to do is put that mixture on the rice with some cheese, some fresh lettuce, and I've also portioned out the salsa and the Greek yogurt. These are gonna be for lunch on day 2 as well. And I did the same thing for the lettuce. I chopped up cilantro and I mixed it up with the lettuce so that we don't have separate containers. So this here has the lettuce and cilantro. And then in the car, I'll portion it out in these containers. I'm bringing these containers. They're easy to hold. They're easy to put on a lap while we're driving. And it's easy for everyone to eat. And I don't mess around with forks when we're in the car in these road trip situations. I'll bring some spoons. Everyone's eating all these meals with a spoon. Let's keep the rice contained a bit. So all this food for my family of 4 cost only $9.56. If we went to Chipotle for our family on the road, it would easily cost $60 to $70. Easily. And in each portion has 40 grams of protein. Adults a bit more, kids a bit less. But like, come on, that's crazy. For almost $10, hands down, packing it in the bag. So lunch for day 2 is my chicken quesadillas. We are using so many ingredients from dinner from day 1, making our lives easy. We're using the taco meat, the corn, cheese, cilantro, and the Greek yogurt and the salsa for dipping. So we just made our lives easy, and it's gonna be different because it's gonna be in a quesadilla. So when I put this together, instead of laying all the quesadillas out and then putting all the ingredients into it, again, making my life easy, I'm pretty much gonna dump almost everything into this bowl, mix it up, and that mixture will get put in all the quesadillas. So I'll put the taco meat in, the corn in, the peppers, and the onions, mix it all together. So let me do that.
So everything's in the bowl. all mixed up, making life easy. The only thing I didn't put in here was the cheese. Let's divvy that up amongst those 6 tortillas. A little bit of cheese down first. So we put the mixture on, and as you see, these things are loaded. We just have to top it with cheese and then close them up. These quesadillas pack 25 grams of protein. So if each adult has 2, that means we're getting 50 grams of protein in that carb. And the kids are getting 25. They're gonna be giggling like no one's business in the back. These are ready to go in the oven at 400. About 20 minutes, but I'm gonna keep my eye on them. Quesadillas are done. They're toasty on the top and loaded with deliciousness and all that protein. The quesadillas I put on a cooling rack for about 20 minutes because if we start to cut them now and put them in the container, they'll start steaming and get soggy. So you want that little bit of time to cool. And then when I do cut them, I am gonna cut them in half. For an example, I'm doing this because if you cut it in 3s, that middle one, everything's gonna start falling out because these are jam-packed. Girls! March break, baby! Are you excited?
Yes!
March break, baby. So these quesadillas are ready for the road. They're cut in half and in the container, ready to go in the cooler. And all these quesadillas, these 6 quesadillas, loaded with that protein, cost for our family of 4 only $10. Moving on. And dinner for day 2 is my Asian chicken bulgogi bowls. It's going to be on the same rice that we're cooking for the burrito bowls, making our life easy, a 2 for 1. But it's going to be a totally different flavor profile. As in the chicken, I'm going to put some soy sauce, a little bit of honey, and I'm actually going to grate this pear in there. Pear is very common in Asian cooking to sort of tenderize. We don't really need to tenderize the ground chicken, but I like putting it in because of the tang and it gives it natural sweetness. So that's going to be going in that as well. We're going to amp up the veg with some edamame, some shredded cabbage, shredded carrot, and this is an Asian frozen blend. I'm only going to use half this bag. Note that everything in this recipe I got on sale. Y'all know that I buy my rice in the massive 8-kilogram bag. It's big, it's cheap when it's on sale, and it's literally pennies for this meal and the burrito bowl. Okay, in the meat, we're gonna put that pear, little bit of soy sauce. We're gonna put a tiny bit of sesame oil in that as well, just a itty bitty, and some honey. We also put the garlic, the fresh garlic in there as well. Now it's time to put the veg in. Half of this mix, carrots, cabbage, and edamame. All right, this is done. That looks amazing. So much veg, so healthy. Can't wait to eat it in the car. The chicken bulgogi bowls are done. It's so easy because I mixed the veg and the chicken all together so it can all fit in this one container, and then half of this rice will go for this meal as well. We'll use the same containers from dinner from day 1, and I'll just portion it out as I go in the car. It's so easy. And all this food for my family of 4, I have a 9 and a 10-year-old, costs only $7.11. And each portion has 28 grams of protein. Obviously, us adults will have more. Just a little bit of prep goes such a long way. Since all these meals are protein packed, I'm only packing a few simple snacks. For example, my sweet potato muffins that I prepped from a breakfast a couple weeks ago that I made a double batch of, and I put the muffins in the freezer. Conveniently, they're ready for us to now take on our trip. Amazing timing. If you want to see the video where I actually made these breakfast muffins, check it out right here. A lot of other breakfast options are there as well.
And if you want to see some other snack options that we always bring on road trips, check out this video right here for my cheap, high protein road trip snacks. Just a quick note, the snacks are not included in the $41, but I want you all to know that I am bringing snacks. Okay, so come tomorrow when it's time to pack this cooler with all the food that we prepped. I don't mess around with ice. Not a chance. Because then that ice melts and then it seeps into everything that's inside that cooler and then things start to get waterlogged. Who wants to eat a waterlogged sandwich? Oh! Not me. So this strategy I have been using for years. I freeze water bottles. This acts as my ice pack. Not only that, once it starts to defrost, it's our hydration. Who would have thought this could double as two things? Less space taken in that cooler, because now we have an ice pack and hydration. This is my system when we pack a cooler. I know what you're thinking. Lady, you're gonna eat all that food cold on day 2? Cold? No, 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 no. I have a strategy. So when we leave the hotel room in the morning, I am going to heat up our lunch in the microwave. There. I made sure the room had a microwave, and if the room didn't have a microwave, the cafeteria where the continental breakfast is would. So I'll heat up the food before we leave and I'll put it into an insulated bag so that it's good to go for lunch. Regarding dinner, when we go to a gas station, I'm gonna take in our food and I am going to pop it in that microwave. I know these gas stations have microwaves. Pop it in, we have a hot meal. Listen, I don't have shame. I don't care. We're paying for gas, yeah? I give you business, yeah? Well, I'm gonna use your wattage to warm up our dinner. Thank you very much. So this is everything that we're packing on the road. So now let's run through what everything costs. Our breakfast hack with the boiled eggs and the continental breakfast, these boiled eggs cost $3.88. The sandwiches, these cost for my family of 4, $9.38. My burrito bowl for my family of 4, $9.57. The quesadillas, $9.98. And lastly, the chicken bulgogi bowl, $7.11. So everything total costs $40.92 for 6 meals covered on the road. If we were to do takeout, that would have easily cost $300. And you know, this is way more nutritious than what you'd get out and about. 1 sail protein, 4 meals, 2 breakfasts, and everything we needed for 2 days on the road. Now let's see how this holds up in the car.
The cooler is packed. I packed it strategically, so everything that we need for day 1 is at the top. Everything we need for day 2 is at the bottom. Let's get in that car. Okay, we are on the road and we're having lunch for day 1, our burger sandwich. This thing, Oh my God. This thing is so good. Babe, how was the burger sandwich?
Great.
Honestly. And the pickle on the side.
It really hit the spot. We're hungry. Yes.
Thanks, girls.
I ate us almost as soon as we got in.
You sure did. How's that, babe? So we have the continental breakfast. Got some fruits, some carbs. Wow, we actually have some protein. I'm surprised. And some waffles. Okay. They even have Greek yogurt. We scored at this continental breakfast. Brought the boiled eggs, but I don't think we'll need it today. Okay, the continental breakfast. We got some oatmeal, waffles, sweets, some yogurt, and some cereal. Carbs, and more carbs. So, good thing I brought my boiled eggs for protein.
1 sale protein, 4 meals, 2 breakfast hacks, and overlapping ingredients. With just a little bit of planning, we saved a ton of money. And that's how we road trip here on Nutritionally Cheap, where we eat healthy, feel amazing, and save that moolah. Now let's end this properly. We like it cheap. Nutritionally cheap. That's how we eat. Nutritionally cheap. And for the love of frugal living, if it's not on sale, don't buy it. Let it wait. See you in the next one. Bye.